You so concerned about my real life, and that's alright. But who are you? Just a nut nigga with a strap. It don't take rocket science to shoot. You don't know shit about getting bricks out. You probably still work true for you. You don't know shit about on your blood, cause you paid your bills with all that loot. How about your baby about to be born and him got Pampers, wipes, and food? How about your mama fucking your best friend and y'all both just finished school? But it's okay, she thinks it's cool. You're in her way, it's time you move. And you just paid all her damn bills, so you feel like a fool. So what do you suggest I do? You think you know? You got no clue. So please don't tell me what you think I ain't been through. I don't give a fuck, they don't like me. I say I don't give a fuck, they don't like me. Oh no, I don't give a fuck, they don't like me. Sorry, I don't give a fuck, they don't like me.
Welcome to AJ's Den. Yes, I've been away. I've been busy. Listen, everybody who watch me, know me, listen to me, I am in applying to law school, graduating from undergrad, and I am busy. So this has been a busy year. After I get off recording here, I have to start back on my homework again. Start back on my projects, what I have to do, doing statistics and everything else. And I hope everybody out here are doing a great job. Usually I record in the morning, but I decided to record now because this is a little past information. And I know everybody around the world have heard about Maxine Waters and Bill O'Reilly and April Randall and Spicer, his rude ass. Well, this all goes back, and people, you know, I'm gonna get on this. It all goes back. A lot of people want to sit up here and say racism does not exist, and everybody who's have color skin always calling the race card. Well, bitch, it does exist, and the reason why you don't know that it exists because you do not live in our world. Nobody judge you by the color of your skin because you have white privileges. Nobody don't hire you and say, I'm not going to hire you, even though you may have all the education you have all the education that you can offer that company. Nobody is not going to hire you because of the color of your skin. One moment they'll say, oh, you overqualified. The other one say you underqualified. But actually, in reality, is our skin color. But the crazy thing, like when Bill O'Reilly said, oh, I was looking at James Brown wig, and all you white people sit on there and think that shit is funny. And just let him disrespect her as it is. And the good thing, she came back and she said she's not even going to stoop to his level. A person who abused his kids and beat women. But then again, you guys who voted for Trump think it's okay for a man to beat somebody, beat a woman. He's going to beat the right woman and he's going to die. Just like all you other abusers out here going to meet the right woman. You think it's okay for this man to disrespect Maxine Waters? Go and get even though you have your college degree, you still need to get educated about what's going on, Bill O'Reilly, with your dumb ass. Highly not intelligent. The people who listen to you, they might as well call you daddy because they listen to you and they believe everything what you say and it's wrong. This man have beaten his kids and his wife. So of course you expect him not to have respect for women. And she is right. And the reason why I want to talk about what she said People out here are not patriotic. We, as African Americans and people of color, are more patriotic than anybody out here. And it's crazy because the people in America who's Caucasian, they turn around and treat us wrong. But the reason why we so patriotic is because our ancestors and we built this country. It's always the saying. When you build something, you have more respect and you care for it. When you didn't do nothing but dictate, you would never be patriotic. I love this country like we do. Most of you Caucasian can never understand why we so patriotic. Why most of our ancestors went on and fought the wars and came back and still was called a nigger. Couldn't even eat in front of a cafeteria or a diner. Had to walk in the back door, but went out and fought in Vietnam. Not only had to fight people who had nothing to do with them, was calling them all kinds of names as monkey, as nigger. They was fighting people that was fighting against the same oppressor. But they were proud to fight for the country. And the reason why is because our ancestors built this country. You can keep on trying to omit or do everything to disappear, try to make it disappear of slavery. You can do all that. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be here. It happened. It happened on this American dream. This country wouldn't be nothing without our ancestors. Because you guys wasn't trying to do it. Got to take a breather here. Talk about an intelligent woman. And the first thing some Caucasians say on Yahoo is sit up there just like a Yahoo. Sit up there and say, oh, you're calling a race car. Guess what? It does exist and you know nothing about it. The reason why you know nothing about it is because it doesn't happen to you. And that is the main reason why the GOP is trying to make sure that they put identity, voters, oppression, gerrymandering, so they can keep the control and have control of the Senate. And that's the reason why. Mm-hmm. Down there doing reconstruction because they couldn't believe President Obama was elected twice. So they want to make sure that all African Americans shouldn't be able to go and get any IDs or have to have IDs and cannot vote. And it's amazing how a lot of Caucasians, I was looking at this video and they was asking the Caucasians, do you think African Americans should vote? They say, yeah. Do you think African Americans, all African Americans do not have IDs? No, they don't have IDs. What is the reason why African Americans do not have IDs? Well, they just can't get to the driving license place or yada yada yada. That's a lie. I have my ID in the passport. This is propaganda been going on for years. Years, people telling lies about us and my brothers and sisters. Talking about we don't have IDs. You think you're not a racist, but you're an unconscious racist. For you to stand up when they interview you and say, oh, they can't get to the place. That's all. They just can't get to the place of the driver license place. That's the killer. That's the killer. Doesn't make any sense. You guys speak for African Americans, don't know a damn thing about African Americans. You may have one or two friends, and you think you know all about African Americans. You know nothing. Stop speaking for African Americans, white world, Caucasians, European. Stop speaking for us because you know nothing about us. You know nothing where we come from. You do not know where we live. You do not know what type of education we have. And stop. Just stop. You cannot speak for us. We are not kids. We are not your slaves. We are not your indentured slaves. We are not your children. You cannot speak for us just like we do not speak for you. And let me give you a hint. Stop listening to the goddamn media. Because they continue to put out the propaganda and say that we live in the ghetto. We do not have money in the bank. We do not have education. We're drunks. We're walking around here getting drunk, getting high. I never did drugs in my life and still haven't. And now I have no desire to do drugs. Then we get Spicer telling April Randall stop shaking her head. Who the hell made you her father? That woman is older than you, I think. And if she's not, you still not her father. And everybody going after both of them. All you Caucasians keep on going after Maxine Water and April Randall. You going after them and saying they just another black woman having an attitude. Them people didn't have no attitude. They spoke the truth. Hell, you might say I'm having an attitude. I don't give a damn. How you feel about me? But I'm tired of you spreading lies. You've been spreading lies from day one, from Jesus on up. Stop these lies. That's all it is. You try to make yourself look so good. Stop trying to make yourself look good. We know who you are. The history shows it. Most of you are evil. Most of you don't give a damn about nobody, not even this country. It's all about what you can get. You could care less. Because if you did care about this country, you would never put that person in office. Cheeto head. Dump. Ignorant ass. But you put him in office. So how dare you say that you care about this country? You don't give a damn. I'm speaking the truth today. I always speak the truth. But I'm going to speak it today. You never cared about this country. Because if you did, you would have never elected a racist son of a bitch who don't care about this country and have all ties with Russia. He have all ties with Russia. But the first thing you say, I care about the country. You care nothing about the country. It's about keeping that white privilege. And nobody can get above you. So if I say it's racism that exists, because it does. And then you want to go around and say, white lives matter. White lives been mattering for years. You can get a job without any education. Nobody look at it. Nobody look at your application. They just see your skin color and they will reward you a good job. And you continue to say all these brown people from Mexico and stuff are rapists. You're a rapist. Y'all raped our ancestors and still raping us. How dare you sit up there and say that most of the people who have brown skin are rapists? You are rapists. That's the problem why y'all have a problem with Maxine Waters and April Randall, because they're speaking up. You rather see them in master bed as a bed wrench like Omarosa, or you rather see master raping a black woman like they did before and still raping. And the crazy thing that I notice now, that every show and every movie y'all show a white woman beating somebody butt, or y'all see a white woman being tough, and knowing that in reality only tough woman and only woman who is the strongest woman is a black woman, an African American. But you down her when she speaks out. Oh, she's an angry black woman. Just like you might be saying on this radio now, on this podcast, saying that I'm an angry black woman. No, I'm getting my point across. I'm not angry. I'm getting my point across. But if I was white, you'll sit up there and say, oh, she's expressing herself. Just like now, the drug epidemic that's been going on in our neighborhoods for years. It was crackheads. It was heroin users. It was all that. Alcoholics, and all those things. And now the government want to say, we're going to step in because it's a medical problem. Because now you see most of your people are on drugs. So it's a medical problem now. And these African Americans been trying to get treatment for years. And the only person you know who put it in the neighborhoods and knew the drug king was Ronald Reagan. But somehow it slipped over in y'all neighborhood and you don't like it. So now it's a medical problem. But it wasn't a medical problem when it was just us. When it was people of color, it wasn't a medical problem then. But it's a medical problem now because it reached that neighborhood, them white neighborhoods. Just like when AIDS came out. Oh, nobody don't give a crap about it. But when it started reaching over there in that Caucasian area, because when they first started coming out, it was the Haitians who did it. It was the Africans who did it. You blame everything else on anything bad. You try to put it on us. The propaganda that you preach on this news. The lies you have been telling. You are thieves. You are liars. You are dragheads, and you are rapists. But you continue to say that we are. You tell these lies all day and think that, oh, we should settle for it and we should be happy that the master loves us. We can care less. We have put up with this shit for years, and now we're tired of this. Is a different generation. And I am part of that generation. And if you think that we'll sit back and be like our ancestors, you sadly fucking mistaken. We are not our ancestors. Don't let me say my poem what I have said before. I say my poem. We are not our ancestors. I will not allow you to beat me and whoop me with a chain. I will not allow you to beat me with a whip. I am not my ancestors. I will not allow you to rape me and take my dignity away from me. I am not my ancestors. I will not let you take something and steal my heart and my joy. I will not allow you to tell me a lie about religion and say it's okay to be a slave. I am not my ancestors. And I'll get on my people. You get out and get your education. Because then you'll find out what your enemy's plans are. If you don't know about manifest destiny, and that's the beginning of things that you should open up your eyes, and you should not be programmed, you should be deprogrammed and start watching the news. Stop watching these newscasters and learn. Because manifest destiny will tell you everything about how they think and what they think. The grand transport goes along with it. You better learn. If you don't listen, and you don't read and find out what your enemy is planning on doing to you, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take you back to 1861, 62, 63, 64. Because 65 was the emancipation. And please don't get me started on that. How the hell can you set people free who was already free in Africa? How can you set anyone free when they was already free in Africa? We didn't ask you. We didn't owe you. We didn't want your ass over there. Our ancestors didn't. Because you was too lazy to build your own country. That's why when you say go back to Africa, you go. I'm not going because we built this country. Marcus Garvey, if you have confidence in self, you are twice defeated in the race of life. A person without the knowledge of their present history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. Liberate the mind of man, and ultimately you will liberate the body of man. You hear me? If you don't learn about yourself, you will never know nothing. I am here on to teach here my people what is going on, tell them and encourage them to do what they need to do. Listen, people, It is going to happen if these things keep going on. And when I say it is going to be a civil war, and it is going to be more bloody than it was in the other civil war. They got their freedom in 1776, but they do not want to allow it. When I say they, Caucasians, they have their white privileges and they're not trying to let it go. And just let's get on. Matter of fact, let's get on the guy who I put up there named Jackson, James Harris Jackson, who decided to go and kill a 66-year-old man. Matter of fact, let's talk about that. Because the reason why, that's what I was getting into anyway. He decided to go and kill black men because white women have a desire to be with a black man. So to discourage the white woman who been want to be with a black man all the way in slavery, has been with black men in slavery. The first one who will call rape but have the desire to be with a black man. But he decided he want to go about and kill black men. So discourage the white woman to sleep with the black man. Isn't that fucking nice? Got talking about he was trying. That was the beginning of that man. I was just trying, starting out trying to see how it would feel like, and then I'll go after a thug. That's what he said. And not only that, this is the crazy part. He had the sword in hand and walk into the police department. Now, people, you sit up here and say, oh, it's no racism. Let me tell you something. If a black man would have walked in there with a sword, they would have shot him dead. Shot him dead. They would have shot him dead. And they're trying to keep it hush-hush. His victim was Timothy Kaufman. Timothy Kaufman. This is another African-American male. All you doing is killing all the police officers, all these people killing African-American male. Do you think an African-American female will have desire? Here we go with the rapists. Raping. Just like what two white guys who was athletes. One was in California, the other one's in Ohio. What did they get? A slap on the wrist with 3 months probation. They put them in jail. They wouldn't put them in the prison population because they say they couldn't handle themselves. Well, hell, if they couldn't handle themselves, just like the woman couldn't handle herself when they raped her. Just saw another Mexican young man, hate to say it, but he was privileged, raised around Caucasians. Fondled a young lady as rape. The judge said, nope, not going to give it to him. He didn't enjoy himself. What the fuck? Like our body is for you. Our body is not for you. How about somebody go and rape you? How would you feel about it? Oh my God, they will put you under the ground if you try to rape a man. And no, honey, it's not talking about you penetrating. Because some of you will say, yeah, they can rape me all day. Really? In the ass? How you feel? Because that's the same way if somebody rape you in your ass, you will feel bad. You will feel hurt. You will cry. It will hurt your feelings. That's how a woman feel. The white race is being eroded. No one cares about you. The Chinese don't care about you. The blacks don't care about you. He said, Jackson. This is what Jackson was saying. Who was raised in what was described as a church going. Oh, they're trying to make him look so good now. That's what they do with Caucasians. They make him look good. And then if it was other way around, oh, he had a drug charge, might don't even have a drug charge. But if they put it out in the newspaper, it's going to stay on this man's head. This man might be a law-abiding citizen, an African-American male. Might have the same thing, church-going citizen. Or have a liberal family. Live in the suburbs. But all they got to say one thing. He have a drug pass. He was arrested for drugs and never was arrested. Never was arrested. That's what you do. You put out propaganda. You lie about others who happen to be colored. Anybody who happen to be colored, they're going to make sure they look like a devil. Just like when, what the guy named got shot. He was a manager. What his name? What his name? Sterling. Sterling got shot. They couldn't find nothing on this man. Nothing. And you don't hear nothing about it. Because they're trying to keep it hush-hush. Because they're not going to give this man no time. But they want us to believe in the system and think they should apologize. You guys, you keep your goddamn apologies. Stop trying to apologize to us. Y'all ancestors apologized to us and still, look what's going on. They hung our ancestors. They ripped, they raped, they stole from our ancestors. Keep your fucking apologies. We don't need your apologies. Because we already know what you're going to do next. You're going to do the same thing what you did, what you've apologized for. So keep your damn apologies to yourself, because we know you are sorry, but anything you say, I apologize, will occur again. Twice as fold. You're evil people. You don't want to hear that one. What he have done, I'm not surprised. This is all what they're putting on here to make him look good. Like he made a mistake. He took a man's life. Let me read it. Jackson, who was raised in what described as a church-going liberal family in Boston suburbs, said that his ideal society is 1950s America. Jackson was in the Army from 2009 to 2012 and worked as an intelligence analyst. The Army said deported in Afghanistan in 2010 to 2011. He earned several medals and attained the rank of a specialist. The military trained, Jackson said, helped him plan the bloodshed. This is what he blaming everybody else up his goddamn self. That's like Trump, what he does. Trump blame everybody else up himself. Oh, I don't know why Michael Flynn got in touch with the Russian. Just like he tweeted today. Michael Flynn should take immunity. And they should stop worrying about Russia. Other things going on. No, bitch. We know you have a connection with Russia. Your own son, your own dumb son said that you have a connection with Russia. You are a matron, and your whole cabinet is a matron. Along with Pence. Matter of fact, your whole cabinet get the fuck out of the White House. That's how I feel. Yes, people, you hear me curse. Use profanity. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. I have had it up over my head with you guys. And I can't say all. I would not. And I say it all the time on my radio show. I cannot say all. Because all Caucasians are not bad people. Most of you fuckers are. Simple as that. Most of you are. They say the victim Timothy Cartman, who was remembered as a gentleman and a good neighbor, was alone and collecting bottles for recycling last week when he was attacked from behind. Coward ass. Always cowards. Always cowards. That is so true. They won't fight you. You could be one by yourself. They have to have 3 or 4 person with them. 3 or 4 people with them to fight one African American or one person of color. One person of color. Or they'll attack you behind with a weapon. So you have no way to defend yourself at all. I'm talking about most of them Caucasians who call themselves white nationalists. You notice I don't use supremacists because you're not supreme over me. So, they go on to say he attacked him behind with a sword. He struggled, bleeding, into a police station and later died at the hospital. Jackson was in court Monday as a prosecutor charged him with the murder as an act of terrorism. Now, I talked about this before. They was trying to blame this on Muslim and everything. We haven't had an attack from Muslim. You can't even think about when. But we have had domestic terrorists. We have had that. And who will that be? Who might that be? Excuse me. Who might, most of the time, who doing domestic terrorism? Who are they? Caucasian men and women. I don't get it. You have white privileges. Why would you do it? And in the lack of my mind, I cannot understand. You have white privileges. Why would you attack anybody in America? But then again, they tell me all the time, racism does not exist. Don't they say, you say it all the time, racism? No, racism does not exist. What are you talking about? Oh, stop using the race card. It does not exist. This is a melting pot. Tell that shit to somebody else who want to listen to that. Nobody don't want to hear that. Them lies that you try to tell. Nobody don't want to hear those lies. Trust me. I know I don't. I had to put a Caucasian in his place the other day at my job. This guy turned around, had the audacity. This man walked by me and like he ain't never seen me in my life. Never paid attention. Didn't even acknowledge me. Don't acknowledge me. But when he heard that I'm going to law school, then all of a sudden, he asked me, you going to law school? I looked at him. I said, don't you ever, as long as you work here, ever ask me about my personal life. I put his ass in his place. And I don't care. Anybody who face me, I will put you in your place. You already don't acknowledge my people. So don't ask me no question about my personal life. And I meant that. Have some nerves. Ask me about my life. Are you freaking serious? Really have some nerves. Most of you guys don't even, and you know, and I'm not even making excuses. You guys don't even know that you're an unconscious racist. You marginalize us every day. Every day you do that. Every day. Have some nerve. But people, if you don't do nothing and you don't think about anything and about yourself, you think about most of you Caucasians. I know you don't understand how I feel, and don't speak for me. Please don't speak for me. Stop speaking for me. I didn't ask you to speak for me. You know nothing about what the troubles and stuff I go through as a person of color and any other color person. You know nothing. Stop speaking for us. Stop speaking for us. Simple as that. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I have to go. I got everything off my chest I want to say. And you have a good life. Later.
Step brothers, Lato. Woo. Rubber bands, no money clip. Wayne Brady, I'm never on no funny shit. If it's beef, I got hollow points, I come to tip. So pack heavy, if I'm the one you come to get. As Jordan, I'm waiting on my sponsorship. And I make more paper than a comic strip. Getting dollars makes sense, that's common sense. You would think I wouldn't have to state the obvious. I get paid, no ifs, ands, or probablys. And what I charge to do a verse is highway robbery. It's unfair, I know, but it doesn't bother me. I'm trying to make something out of nothing like pottery. Duffel bag filled with dirty money, no apologies. I expect to be audited the second I deposit it. Still breaking bricks like a karate kick, I ought to quit. It's time to chase the money, so I'm out there, bitch. You got it, bitch. Bad money.